I'm Vonnie Quinn. This is Bloomberg Markets. Time now for Futures in Focus. Larry Shover, Efficient Advisors Chief Investment Officer, joins us live from the CME. And it's been quite the Friday morning down there at the CME. Larry, we had futures well below zero, well lower this morning. We're back to flat for stocks pretty much. But we also have this news on soybeans. What's taking your attention down at the CME?
Well, with soybeans, for instance, we're back to the levels we saw in early August, back to that low of early June. I think right now, obviously, some of it is trade tariff related. The other is that pot counts came out yesterday about what expected. Export sales were better than expected. Who knew? But that said, traders, investors are terribly worried, especially for farmers in the northern states like North Dakota that have a much harder time exporting soybeans to Mexico and Europe, as do perhaps states in the east and the south.
So how do you take a long-term view on all of this? Because on the one hand, we know that some of these tariffs could be reversed very easily with just one statement or one tweet or some kind of a deal. On the other hand, we also know the president has promised farmers who are voters for him in some cases that he will reimburse them. So how do you, at the CME, take a long-term view on the price of a bushel of soybeans?
I wish there was a way you could, and I think you have to live in the moment right now because there's so much distracting news flow. Some of it founded, some of it unfounded. Are we going to be able to export anything to China? I mean, we've spent 2 decades cultivating this relationship and two seasons now without really exporting much of anything. So I think it's more moment by moment, knowing that the market does get overbought and oversold with the news flow and perhaps fading that on the short-term basis.
All right, Larry, thank you. It is an interesting August, that's for sure. That's Larry Shover of Efficient Advisors.